us have Kingstown Sustainability Committee meeting. It is 6:01 p.m. Call to order. Roll call. Kim?
Kim Falcone.
Elizabeth White.
Janine Silversmith.
Christine Mueller.
Gail Meisner.
Joanne Riccitelli.
And Mark Russo, staff liaison.
Great. Minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from September 15th.
Great. Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or other comments? No. Correspondence and public comment. Does everyone get the compost bin handout?
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually try to get one. The 3rd. Is anyone planning to go that we know of?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I might go to the Narragansett one just to, she said it's going to be a little bit different presentation.
Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I was at the last one she did.
Oh,
Right up here.
So I already have my multiple bins.
oh, I might go to that one too. Monday's not good for me, but Thursday would be good.
Maybe I
Does
can go to the
Narragansett
Monday.
have a sustainability committee or a conservation committee? Do they have us?
I don't know.
Don't think so.
Not no one that she's partnering with.
Well, she is, yeah, I don't think so.
And how many bins are there to distribute?
I think it's 100 each.
100 for each one. Cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So we're going to, we'll move on to discussion. We're going to skip the first one because Charlotte can't make it tonight, yes? Or is there something
Yes, I
else?
thought that, well, she had emailed me. I thought that we were going to just review them and then get back to her, or is that not? I'm not hearing that correct.
I think it'd be more fruitful to have a conversation about it rather than, I mean, I know it's been moved to her back burner a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be nice to, because she gave that to us a couple months ago, to see what her priorities are before getting in the weeds on that.
I did send her a lot of
Oh, okay.
feedback.
Okay.
So I wonder if it makes sense. I don't know if anyone else did, and I'm not saying that all of my feedback is necessarily what she wants to do or should do, but I'm wondering if maybe we wait until she at least does a review of it, because when
Sends a
if you
revision.
sit down with something like that, especially because it was pretty long,
It was long.
I think it'll just take a lot of time. I almost
Yeah.
wonder if it's
And so
easier to
the-
do it individually, like send her feedback while looking at it, and then go from there. I don't know.
Or to see how she's changed, because it's been, so why did it move to the back burner? What are her priorities now? How does this fit in now that she's doing other things? I think it'd be nice to hear that. So maybe if she can just send us the next thing that she wants us to look at, but probably not that version, because she's probably made changes since
Yeah.
then. Water restrictions, yes, our drought.
Yes, it's long term. Well, I mean, my perspective is, and probably most of yours, is that we need to have an updated ordinance, and it's in the works. There, Rick Bourbonnais, that's how you pronounce it, right?
Urban.
Bourbonnais, Rich.
Bourbonnais, right?
Yeah, no,
No,
it's
an S. Yeah.
sound.
Bourbonnais.
Oh, Bourbonnais, okay.
Yeah, it's French.
Okay, yeah, I should know it. Anyway, he mentioned to Bergner, what's her
Deb.
first name?
Deb.
Deb. I'm still learning all this stuff, so pardon me. That he was going to present something to the first December town council meeting for an updated ordinance. And that's to me, pretty straightforward, but what I think is important, and that was stressed in the town council meeting that I went to last week, that better communication has to be out there for the townspeople, somewhat like this, like, I don't know if it's a survey or some kind of communique, which right now, North Kingstown has a good one on their website. I don't know if you, I sent
I
everyone.
did look at it.
Yeah.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a lot of
excellent.
good stuff on that.
But I guess the question is, does anybody really look at that? I mean, I know I don't peruse our town, well, I do now, but, you know,
Yeah.
before, as a regular townsperson, whatever, I didn't really look at it that much, except to get maybe some minutes or, you know, watch a town council meeting, but, so I don't know if that is really effective. So, I don't know, I thought maybe we could somehow put together some kind of brochure, and I know my husband would help us. He's a graphic designer. And that's another thing that the town council encouraged Chris. What's Chris's last name? Do you know?
Oh, Jacobs.
Jacobs?
Yeah, I just read that article.
Okay.
Is that the person from the water?
Yeah. They sort of encouraged him to send out more information to citizens in SK and Narragansett to, you know, to impart the importance of water conservation, because people really don't pay attention to it, you
No,
know?
and they don't pay much for it, so why should they?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I
So
agree.
that has to change. And then is it Jim Marin?
Mike,
Mike, sorry.
Marin.
Hopefully they're
There.
not watching
Cast of
this.
characters.
Oh, God.
Sorry,
Get 'em
and they
right.
change every couple of years,
Yeah.
so we don't have to-
He
Don't get
was,
attached.
yeah, he was very adamant about, you know, the situation of climate change, and he, you know, said it's only gonna get worse, and he's right. And then a citizen got up, her name was Dempsey, and she was ripping the GC a new one about it was, you know, really wrong, and we're the only town that has this problem, but that's not true. I mean,
No.
there are other.
Most of the other ones just have it into their ordinance already.
Yes.
That you're on odd even starting in
Yeah.
this month,
Yeah.
and you're on
Or
weekends or
or-
whatever. Like, they have it just written in. It's not kind of
Right.
not arbitrary, but you know, like it
Yeah,
doesn't
they-
surprise you.
Right, they don't wait until it's a
The
problem.
problem. They anticipate it ahead of
Yes.
time and just have it written into their ordinance.
Yeah.
So
So
I,
can
oh,
I just
Go
a quick
ahead.
question. This year, because I didn't pay that much attention because we're on a well, but there's really not any enforcement.
no.
And the towns that you're saying have it written in, do you know?
Yeah,
I read a bunch of them in preparation for this, and then lost all my tabs that were open. They're gone forever now. But
no.
I hate when that happens. Some of them were written in as enforcement actions were implemented by the police, and it was and it would say like the $100 for the first fine and blah 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 blah. Now, does that actually happen? I don't know, but it was written into their ordinance that it was to be
Enforced.
enforced. That like one or two towns. It wasn't written to everybody's, but.
But it isn't here, presumably, yeah.
There's
No,
Not to my
well,
knowledge.
they did try to, there was an article in the Independent last 2 weeks ago about, you know, several citizens were approached and they did cut back on their water, but, you know, they just people don't think it's that important, you know?
Do we, because of our position as a sustainability committee, and it's funny because you said you wanted this on the agenda, and it was actually on my mind to put on the agenda
Yeah.
too. Like I was like, oh, that's my top of my mind, and I was thinking that we can, because we have a little bit of time now with Rich, like presenting this in December. If we can write a letter, like I don't know what the appropriate way to do this is, but if like we write a letter to the town council or to Rich or to both at the at the same time, saying like, this is our opinion as a committee, that we have, you know, even odd days and enforcement is such, and maybe like teaming up with because it's Veolia and also Kingston Water, even though Kingston Water never really has a problem.
Right, they don't have a problem.
Because is it true that it partly it's like where it is, right, and the number of people, but it's also, I think, because like that water tower was made for a much larger group of, it was like the infrastructure was built in such a way for like a much larger group of people to be using it, but it's not.
Which one are we talking about?
Kingston?
Kingston.
Right, no, but which water tower?
Oh,
Hills
the
Road?
I don't know.
Yeah, that would
I guess I don't
probably
know.
be it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything's, Kingston Water's, it's all gravity fed, so
Right.
it's at the high point on the hill, yeah.
So just to clarify, because I always wonder about the background of this, the issue that creates the water ban is an increased demand and the infrastructure isn't there, correct? It's not, nobody is actually going into the aquifer and looking at aquifer levels,
Yeah, they
correct?
are.
They are.
Yes.
So
yeah, it's
Because it's really about if everyone's watering
They're
every day all
wrong,
the
right.
time, there's not enough time for the groundwater to come back
yeah,
into.
they call it recharge, and
Yeah, the
we
recharge.
haven't had the same or appropriate recharge that we've had prior to, I don't know how long ago, but.
So if that is the issue, then my question is, why are these water bans, why don't they impact people on wells? Because we're pulling from the same aquifer as everybody else, as the
Yeah,
town
that's
people
true.
are. Why not hit us on wells? And I'm on a well. Like, why not?
Maybe those
Is it
people
is
don't
it
water
is it
their
how
lawns
is it
in
how
the middle of the night with
deep
their
it
irrigation
is it like a
Do you
deeper
mean
aquifer
why
versus-
are people with wells not held to the
Same standard and being on water bans when everybody else is.
I
if
think
it's
it's just
all-
because it's a localized, it's a localized water source, and the well is the. I don't know.
Isn't
But it is
still
part of the
impacting
same-
because we're
same
like interrupting
aquifer.
the ground
I don't know.
recharge, aren't we?
That's what we were told
not
at
a
the
hydrologist.
town council meeting, that it all comes from the same aquifers,
Right,
whether
we're
you're
all
on
in
a
that
well or
Kingston
you're on town.
aquifer.
But when,
So is that like
Well, it's
potential?
more the
It's
mink, it's more the
Enforceable, not
mink
enforceable, and that's
aquifer.
why they don't.
the Mink
Wait,
Brook, right?
I'm
Where
sorry,
is-
what was that?
I'm just saying maybe it's because there's nobody metering. There's
There's no way to enforce
no
it.
way to know
Or
the people
to
on
check on it,
wells.
but the mink aquifer is the largest aquifer
Where-
in town.
where is it?
And that's in Tuckertown, that's where the Veolia
Oh,
wells are
okay.
on Tuckertown
Yeah,
Road.
I used to
So that's,
live there.
I
I
mean, so there
remember.
are multiple questions. There's also a lot of farmland around there that uses water. And then Veolia also sells water to other municipalities. It's not just South Kingstown. I think it's Narragansett, I think maybe Jamestown. I mean,
Like,
the water is going further than,
Yes.
yes.
Like driving away with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, there are really multiple issues, and it's kind of too bad we had our water forum a year ago instead of like right now, because then more people would be listening to what some of the issues are. So I think if we do have some communication, I mean, enforcement's got to be. My next door neighbor has got these things in the ground that pop up at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, well,
and
that's
like,
the thing. That's,
and it's like,
that's
and
the
his
biggest
grass
problem.
has been green all summer. I mean,
Yeah.
you just drive
It's not
around if
fair.
you've got
It's
green
just not fair.
grass, and
Yeah.
something is wrong.
Right.
Somebody should be, doing that. So enforcement is clearly an issue, but then some of the things that came up last year, like the town should consider banning inline these in-ground sprinkler things from
For new,
construction.
yeah,
that
North
would be
Kingston
a good
has that
thing.
too.
Oh, do
And I
they?
think
See?
it's a
Yeah.
good-
And not even just new construction, just new inline, like even if it's an existing,
No more installation.
just stop
Yeah.
the installs.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like,
And then, some of the other stuff that came up last year, I mean, I think Lorraine had worked on helping to draft revised regulations for the town, and that never actually happened. Jubert, who,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there was an effort to specifically talk about what could South Kingstown do with their regulations, and I hope that that's what Rich is looking into, is whatever Lorraine had put together from best practices across the state or the region or whatever it was.
Well, I think a letter from this committee, saying, backing up what he's saying, plus you can give them more sustainable types of grass. I mean, the clover and things that are green forever, it never dies off.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
if you want green grass, then just plant clover.
yeah.
Lasts forever.
Working on it.
So,
Yeah, we did that, and it really does take over we still have a lot of,
my reason of bringing up the water companies was that I think that that's the best way you get information, like when you open up like your, not a bill.
the
or
bill,
whatever,
yeah.
but it's like there's a third of a page size, and it's like a color, and it's like that one big important thing that nobody reads anything else. I'm imagining something like that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Because if Veolia is, if one of their concerns is not being able to pump enough water to sell to other municipalities, then it behooves them to let people know what the new ordinances hopefully are in South Kingstown. So I think there's a number of bullet points that we can provide as a sustainability committee to the town and to Rich, or maybe Rich first? I don't know. What do you, like, do you think both? The letter goes,
If we wrote the letter to the town council and CC'd him,
yeah, that makes the most sense, yeah. I think we just do that then, and then just, that's our role, right? We're an advisory committee, so.
Right.
We couldn't, I mean, could we invite him to next month's meeting? I mean,
think that's
or somebody from
too
his
late.
office?
It's just easier, though.
Yeah.
Instead of,
let's
we
just
all,
do it,
he's
yeah.
trying to get it
Okay.
done, like, why don't we just,
Okay.
hey, do this, do this, do this.
All right.
And have our wish list probably be longer than is possible
Yeah.
to do, so that, you know, to include, like, with the compost bin, to do rain barrel giveaways, which North Kingstown
definitely.
has
Oh,
on
yeah,
there.
like, we have one.
You know,
from-
Yeah, we talked about that a bit in this committee. I don't know if that was before
a
your
couple
time.
years ago.
yeah, it was a while ago, but that's certainly, you know, and then
That-
people can
that's-
try to take care of their own.
That's what we do. I mean, we have like 5
Yeah.
of them, and we, every summer, that's what we do, just use that
Yeah.
to water everything.
Now, you know, we live in a technologically advanced society, and it just does not make sense that water consumption, it's the same whether, you know, like the price is the same whether you use little or a lot. There should be, like, water is a human right. Everyone should have access to water. So basic needs should be very cheap or even free, you know, theoretically. And then what goes beyond should be a little bit more expensive, but that
graduated,
what
yeah.
goes even more, like what is a luxury, like
Yes,
that should be
luxury water
extremely expensive,
Yes,
so that
that's-
people would say, oh, we are not going to water
So-
our
so-
lawn because it's way too expensive.
What would you call that? Sort of progressive?
Graduated
Progressive
or, yeah.
pricing.
Tiered
yeah.
pricing,
Or tiered. yeah.
tiered
Mhm.
pricing based on,
And that
like,
should be-
amount, you know,
So
usage.
possible. Of course, it depends also how many people live in a household. You know, like if there is just one person with a meter, or
But there's a big jump. Those houses that are watering a gigantic lawn every day, every morning, every night, no matter what.
right.
You
yeah.
can, like, that
If
was
it's
in that
rain
article.
day,
It's
wild.
very, very
Yeah.
different. So I think, you know, making it clear, and it is in the NK ordinance too, isn't it?
I think.
Or one of the towns has tiered
thoroughly.
tiered
Oh,
rates.
Mm-hmm.
So like an ordinance about, you know, what number your house is determines odd or even day of watering. Tiered pricing,
Yeah,
no in-ground,
lines.
inline, whatever they're called, those things.
Oh.
Soon, Mark, soon.
Not me.
And then what were the other things we said? Oh, enforcement and fines,
Right.
education through mailings and something similar to the compost giveaway.
Yeah, and mailings via Veolia would be the best because there's your bill.
So can,
Yeah.
this is my question.
And
So are the
Kingston,
water
because
companies,
there's
Oh,
no reason
yeah,
why
yeah, yeah.
Kingston shouldn't.
Yeah.
are
I'm on
they-
Kingston Water. We
In
never have a
South,
ban.
in South
but-
Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah, the South Shore is just supplied by groundwater. That's
Well, so is everybody else.
really
Oh, yeah.
That's what
we
I
don't
thought.
Have, we don't have any reservoirs here.
right. So why was it
It's all groundwater.
It's just that
That's what-
with Kingston
I don't know,
Water
maybe they just-
has.
something? That
It's
I
just
don't know.
there's something about the number of households. I know that I'm foggy on the details, but regardless, if it's a town ordinance, everybody in the town has to adhere to it, right? Like I'm like a little embarrassed to say we do have a sprinkler system. We don't use it that often. Like we never use it more than a couple of times a week, you know, because we don't have to. And my grass is green. Like it's just silly. So like why isn't everyone doing that even if they don't have a watering ban? So anyway.
Fluoride, do they have their own well?
Yes.
No, it's not
They-
Kingston.
Oh, it's not.
has a different.
Yeah, they,
Oh,
they
yeah.
used
Oh, yeah.
to be
And
supplied.
It
You're
actually
right.
has issues with, you know,
and
PFAS,
Oh,
PFAS.
PFAS.
they-
Yeah.
the water
Yes.
guy got
Yes.
up, the water czar or whatever his name was, got up and made mention of that, but I can't remember exactly what he said, except that
The U or I water?
yeah, they used a pond for the water supply, so that is it the Peckham Pond? I don't know.
Like for their landscape
For
irrigation,
their
probably.
like for their not for,
Not for drinking water.
No, for research, like, all those buildings down off Bill's Road and, is it Plains Road that goes around the corner?
So the ag stuff?
Yeah, they use it for
Okay.
that, but
Okay.
'Cause they do a lot of soil
it doesn't,
science stuff.
it doesn't affect our general town water or South Shore.
Well, I will offer that I am a really great editor. So if someone wants to put together a first draft of a letter, I am happy to look it over, and even if it's just, you know.
Lots of sentences.
I guess that should be me, since I,
You brought it up.
yeah.
I mean, I'd offer, but this is, I plead ignorance. So speaking of ignorance, here's my question. You keep talking about Veolia, and Kingston and these water supplies. Are they incentivized or disincentivized? I mean, they make money, they pay per unit of water. We pay them, people pay them.
Right.
So they have a financial incentive for people to use water?
Yeah, but with.
I mean, I understand that they sell it, so they want to.
Within limits, or else they run into trouble now with their systems because of the
The
overuse.
physical trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they a regulated utility or not? I don't know.
PUC?
Yeah, are they, I mean, I know there's a state water resources board that has some role, but I don't really know how it works for water.
Public Utilities Commission regulates for-profit water supply utilities
So
as
they
well
are-
as municipal water utility boards.
Okay, all right, so there is some.
Yep. So and it lists Veolia
Okay.
under there.
I mean, another reason that Kingston Water may not have a problem is that they put in some new wells on property near the bike path that the land trust was involved with, no more than like 10, 12 years ago. So they've had some recent, capacity expansion, whereas I don't know that Veolia has, or whatever they used to be called. But they're centered in the Mink Aquifer, which is it is as big as it is, and there's been a lot more development, and so
That's what it's gonna come down to. I mean,
Yeah.
you build multi-unit affordable homes, I mean, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it is.
So
I just have one more question that I've always wondered since I lived on Tuckertown Road and saw the big water trucks going by, and they're pool filling. I haven't, we don't live there anymore, but I was wondering if they still do that. Do they still?
they
Yeah,
must.
see, that's,
I don't know. So
People still
we
pay
got,
for
we
it.
got a pool 2 years ago, and oddly enough, our water was trucked in from like really far away.
Really?
I don't know why. Like we didn't obviously the pool install company she said it came from like Smithfield or something like that, and I was like, that's odd. There's literally one of the Veolia wells I can see from my kid's bedroom window. Like it's like a tenth of a mile from our house. Yeah, there's one off the South Road.
So you're not allowed to use your home water to fill the.
my parents.
You
always
would
used
never
their
be able to
hose.
fill a pool with from your hose, from empty.
My parents
Yeah.
always
From
did
empty,
that.
it's like
I see.
16,000
They lived in
gallons
Warwick,
or
though.
something like that. Is in a pool. Like if it evaporates off, you can fill
Yeah,
it
yeah,
like
yeah,
an
yeah.
inch. But.
Janine's excited.
I'm so excited because I was like, I knew something. Kingston Water District currently has adequate, this is on our town website in a PDF, frequently asked questions about the water ban. Kingston Water District currently has adequate water supply for summer usage due to a loss of some large users a number of years ago, like Schneider Electric, American Power Conversion, and URI
Exactly.
East Farm Complex. That's why. I'm like, isn't there?
It's still there, but they don't
Well,
do as much as they used to.
no,
But
there's
APC,
overcapacity.
Anyway.
Schneider is, yeah.
So do you, Kim, do you want to put together something? I know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want to take a picture of Joanne's little notes there, or get it
I
from,
can,
get it from Elizabeth.
I'll email it to you tonight. What I've
And then you can just email it to me, and then we'll send it to everyone. Can we do that? Okay.
Right.
So we have
What?
a wedding.
What's that?
You're not meeting.
Okay.
We have a wedding on November 8th. So leading up to that, I mean, I think
Is
things
that
are
Lucia?
pretty- Yeah, yeah.
Because Sarah's
Did you
is the
say Sarah?
9th.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, so But I think,
Yeah,
that's
but
still a
like-
couple of weeks away, so.
It is 2 weeks and 5 days away because I have a big event for work.
Okay.
Big events that weekend.
Yeah, it's a big weekend.
So Kim did a great job. She stood up and.
Are you
talked to
kidding?
town
I
council.
am the worst. I get,
No, you're not.
I feel like, the movie, Christmas Story,
Mm-hmm.
Ralphie, when he goes up to see Santa, and he just is so nervous that he says, Santa says, "You want a basketball?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'll have a basketball." That's me. I just like
And then he
freeze.
stops himself on the way
Yeah,
down the
that's
slide
what
and goes,
freeze.
I want a
That's what
BB
I
gun.
wanted to say. All right. Basically, it's what I wanted to say.
But
it
that's
was
good.
Not,
Thank you for speaking. I'm sure it was great. It always feels
it'll
worse
get
on
better, I
Wednesday.
think, over time.
Cool.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Anyway.
we have a plan.
Okay.
Okay, Suscon ComCon merger.
Yeah.
So
You know, before we
Yes.
start this, I have an idea. Because at the last meeting, Mark brought up that the town council is planning to possibly merge all of the committees. And I think that really, we need to have more information about this and maybe also come up with our thoughts about that. That's more fundamental.
So
That,
was
and
coming
then
from-
afterwards talk about this
details,
merger,
yes,
right?
that's what it is.
Yeah.
So that was coming from the town manager's office, which nothing's been done since
Ah,
that
okay.
came up. So,
Okay.
and it's pushed off to the future. But we know that this topic here is right around the corner with Matthew Bradywood
Yeah.
resigning in December.
Yes.
They won't have a chair. They'll be down to 3 people. So I spoke with Luke today about this, and he's going to come to the next meeting.
Luke,
And yeah, and
the assistant manager.
yeah, and give us more of a how to go about this, if this is the way it's going to go.
We had to go about the Suscom
Right.
merger.
So
merger
what
thing.
what will end up
Yeah.
being is the Suscom would be disbanded, and it would just become because there's so many rules and regulations with the Conservation Commission that you have to follow state law.
Yeah.
And Suscom doesn't, so they're not going to get rid of Concom and go with Suscom. So yeah,
Can we change the name to include Suscom in
I
there?
don't know. That would be
Okay.
So he's gonna come the November meeting,
Suscom.
and so does it make? The only thing I was gonna say, and Elizabeth, you can please chime in, is that I know Matt brought it to the Concom. So what Elizabeth and I and Matt and Kate, oh my gosh, I was gonna say Renee. Nope, way off. Kate, Joanne, you were in there too. Is we took the kind of like 2 descriptions of the committees and played with them a bunch and then played with them again. And then I reached out to Matt, but I haven't heard back from him about how it went because he had a meeting last week and I believe spoke about this, but I didn't hear anything
on
about
his
it.
agenda.
What was that?
I thought I saw it on his agenda.
Okay, cool. And then I brought like the old, like what for reference only, it was like the old descriptions and then our combined one up top. But does it, maybe people should just take these home and look at them and, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mark? What should we do?
if you want to know,
Take one and
give it
pass
to the
it
town
on.
manager's office.
I don't know why I'm doing it that way.
You don't need one?
No, I've got it pulled up. I actually already pulled it into the minutes.
I think that's all.
I think
Thank
don't
you.
bring in the reference one.
Yeah, I just did the.
Sorry. Just had it.
So draft description of new combined commission.
Yeah, just the paragraph up top. I should have done this in like gray or italics or something. To be like, whatever. We had some question about whether it should be 9 members or just stick with the 7.
And they said that it could be increased till 9 to 9, right? Didn't you say that?
But the sustainability, I don't know what is it for?
It any like sustainability committee could vote and make it whatever number kind of we wanted to make,
We
right?
can do it
As long as the
internally,
town
we don't
council.
have to,
No, but wasn't there
No,
a thing
as long
No,
as
we
the
don't-
town council approved it. But we had not done that. But when we were playing around between Concom and Suscom, we were like, well, should it be 9 members to make sure everyone has a place? Yeah. So I think we we should all look this over, but don't go crazy with it, because if Luke comes and says, we're just going to absorb Suscom and this is the way that the ordinance is written and the town doesn't have any like desire to change how the Concom is like described, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's out of date anyway right now on our website.
Oh.
And why is the new Shoreham Coastal Resilience thing there? Is that?
Oh, it was just from Kate had popped that in there as like, here's another thing that exists in the world.
Okay.
For reference only. I will say, with as far as the number, I am going to be stepping off the committee after the December meeting. I emailed and sent my resignation to Mark just this past week. I can't do any more work. Like I'm working like 6-7 days a week, and it's only that. I'm really very committed to sustainability in the town. But just know that. And so but I didn't want to like leave in a lurch. I was listening to what we came up with. So I'll stay through to the end of the year, and then I'm here, like, if you ever need anything. But I wanted you to know that as you're thinking about a number. I think it's only fair.
There'll be 3, so, yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, be sad.
Little
to
bit.
miss you.
I just said to Elizabeth, though, I'm like a Debbie Downer today, but like 15 minutes of my ride here today, I was like sobbing because I needed to finish work, but I had to get here on time, and I wanted to be here on time, but I also really needed to do work. So I just like brought my work home, and now when I go home, I'm going to be doing more work, and it's just not,
It's too much.
it's too much.
Yeah.
So,
It is. Yeah.
anyway, that is that. And I have been on this committee for 3.5 years. It's not like I'm like popping in and popping out for like 2 months. So,
Institutional knowledge.
yes, that's why I'm staying. I was actually hoping like maybe this, I was going to just stay until it was like totally done and combined, and then hearing upon the idea of like maybe a super committee, I was like, okay, I can't. I'm like, it's busy now, and it's just going to get busier in 2026 for me in the beginning of the year.
That's
So
a ways off.
yeah, it's an idea for now, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, it would be neat if maybe these two committees could be combined by January. That's what.
And can we talk again about who would absorb whom? Which the absorption would happen
Most likely, the Suscom would be disbanded.
because
Yeah.
they're
Pretty much,
statutory?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, because the town's got a conservation commission, so you have to follow the rules that the state legislature's put in place, so. It's more advisory.
Excuse me.
But Concom deals with the planning board more, and has more teeth, as it were.
But also has more oversight. I mean,
Well,
Used to.
over
yeah,
them.
they used to.
Yeah, the state like created them, like the ability for towns to make them. The one thing I couldn't remember about the 9 thing, per the state law, it's actually a Concom is 3 to 7 members.
Well, there you go.
So we would possibly have to go to 7 anyway, just because, I don't know, because that's what the rules say.
Yeah.
We could have 2 non-voting members.
Well, by January, we'd be at 8 anyway, if they only have 3, right? Matt
Right.
is done
Is-
in December,
is
so then we'd be,
You'd be to 9.
Yeah, he said he could come.
yeah, I forgot about Patrick. I forgot Patrick was.
But
yeah.
what we really need is people who do things, you
Right.
know?
Right.
I
And
don't
that's
mind
really
not to be
subcommittee.
officially on the committee, but come here and
Right.
help out with whatever
Right, I
needs
agree.
to be done, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Right.
Right.
You know?
Agreed.
Okay, so I guess we'll just read through this stuff, see where it sits, and then next meeting, see what Luke has to say about how this could happen.
Okay.
Oh, my stomach just made a weird noise. I'm not
That was me.
Okay, so both Gail and I went to the EDC forum on the Main Street program.
Printed out a pretty thing of all the it's not exactly the format, but this was her presentation.
Okay, cool.
Just to.
So, I guess for more context, and this is kind of skipping a little bit ahead to letter F, is Gail and I met with Rich Oken and Marie Gates of the Historic District Commission to just see, what could our two committees do together. And this was a month and a half ago-ish. And ended up coming up with the idea that really where we both have overlapping interests is in the Main Street Saugatucket River area and what happens to that whole thing. And thought about, well, wouldn't it be good to have Grossmart come down and do a presentation? And we've done presentations and forums before, and we could invite everybody and do that. And the next thing I know, we see this thing in the paper that the EDC has invited people from Grossmart to come talk about Main Street programs. So we were on a good track. So they've taken the bull by the horns on that, which is great. And Rich was there, we were there, so members of multiple commissions, committees, were in the room, as well as a bunch of landowners, Main Street landowners and business owners, and some
Planning.
planning board folks, so it was really good, and the whole idea is that they're starting another Main Street, Rhode Island kind of program. It sounds like, well, and Susan Marcus of the EDC, Economic Development Commission, was the MC, was the host, and her intent was to try to form a committee of people that would work on these issues in conjunction with the Grossmart program and see what the next steps would be. So they were looking for, a bunch of people to volunteer to do that. What Grossmart is proposing to do is a series of workshops and trainings and discussions, some of which would include full day, like 8-hour kind of things. So that seemed like a lot to ask of people, but anyway, the EDC is taking the lead on trying to pull that together, which is
Environmental defense?
no, Economic Development
Oh, okay.
Committee.
That makes more sense.
What is the background of Grossmart? What is their?
Grossmart, Rhode Island
Yeah.
is a statewide nonprofit organization that tries to encourage growth in ways that prevent sprawl, discourage sprawl, encourage walkability and
Community center,
right, the community center. So that's why they're doing the Main Street thing, because that's the more you can build up your center of town, the more people will want to be there and not sprawl out into the surrounding neighborhoods. So it's all great. They've been around for at least, 25, 30 years, something in that order of magnitude, and have done a lot of good work. So
Was it Jill Finkel that gave?
no,
Finkel.
Was it?
Somebody Finkel. Is it Jay? Is that her first name?
Jill Finkel?
Somebody.
Jill didn't sound
No, was it Jay? It's.
Okay.
She's in there somewhere.
Anyway. But really a interesting presentation, and there was a lot of interest in the room. There were probably 60 people there-ish, 60, 70-ish.
Where
It was
was
at the
At
CTC, and
CTC.
it was well attended. I mean, the
Yeah.
theater was fullish. Yeah.
I missed the thing on that.
Yeah, it was really quite interesting. So hopefully, that will keep going and we can involve ourselves in some way. But I don't know exactly how.
I think it sounds like a wonderful plan to get the community involved. I have one question. I mean, there was a similar, not the same, but a similar intention by the town council when it hired that company. Was it 1 or 2 years ago? And they also included
Tower Hill?
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they brought the community together. It was big fuss, and they said they would work on all these ideas that were submitted, and then share them with the town council. And then we have never heard has the town council heard, or has the company just do the thing? But they
With
seem
you,
to
I
be
have
very nice.
just-
I believe the town council received, there was like a
Presentation.
Proposal.
or something.
presentation of some sort, I
Yeah.
thought, or maybe I assumed.
I'm not sure it's actually done yet.
How
And
long
that's-
has it been since
It's
that?
been a while, but
Definitely more than 1 year.
yeah, I just have the thing in my back of my head that says
Jillian, yes. Jillian,
Jillian.
but you call
The
it.
thing
that
in
what
the
you
back,
said?
Jill Finkel.
Jill.
Yeah.
Oh,
The thing
okay.
in the back of your head that says.
That says that it's not quite done yet,
Okay.
but that some of the things, like you know how they've made more cutouts and along Tower Hill Road going up the hill, and some plantings and stuff like that. I think some of that might have been part of it, like a very little part of it, but I'm not sure that it.
Those were already,
Yeah, that's
In
water
constr-
quality.
yeah, that was
town-
already in the
state.
works.
Stormwater stuff.
Okay.
Um,
But anyway,
there is a website, Old Tower Hill Road Neighborhood
Yes.
Plan.com.
Oh.
Just, just keep that in the back of your mind real quick. So there's a project website.
Does it say it's done?
What's
the plan?
The last workshop was Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. Download, there's join your
I didn't
neighbors
hear
to
that.
participate in shaping the future of Old Tower Hill Road area. Learn about a new form-based code that will help bring the community's vision for a walkable mixed-use district to life on Old Tower Hill Road. Ooh,
In
Monday,
Rhode Island?
Oh, this is 2024. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. Hold on. No, it looks. Hold on. I just pulled up. It says.
Like we got the right Old
is the
Tower Hill
public-
Road.
Yeah, I pulled it.
I
from
know
the-
you
I
do.
went for the
I've
town's
been there
website. But this is supposed to be their. There's like a code or something like that there's a form-based code public draft that came out in July of this year.
Oh, that's something else.
It's South Kingstown, Rhode Island. Although the pictures do not look at all like anything in South Kingstown, Rhode Island.
No.
They're like AI, computer generated stuff. It's very long. There's a lot of information, but something came out in July of this year. Implementing the Old Tower Hill Road Plan. In order to realize the vision outlined in the plan, the existing zoning for this area of town has to be updated.
So that's probably where.
And
it's
you're
at.
gonna need money, lots of money.
I will email you all this link, and
Thank you.
then you can
Thanks.
peruse the many, many pages at your discretion.
Okay.
And maybe because it is long, it's difficult to be heard. I mean, town council members are very busy people, and there are so many things to be done. So,
Yeah, and you figure they're in the process. They're still right. They've gone through this process and they're trying to decide on like the affordable housing, the working, for working folks, like where to do that, South Road. So they are thinking about it, which makes me happy, and I'm sure they know that this exists. They knew about it earlier than we did.
thank you for figuring it all out.
I would assume.
So that's where the Main Street thing is, and the HDC and the EDC and
All the acronyms.
all the acronyms. I don't think there's anything that we need to do except I'll plan to stay in touch with Susan Marcus about just let us know so I can tell you guys what's going on with that.
They also, though, there was also some connection to all of the proposed workforce housing proposals as well, right? Like the historic district people were saying that they were sort of arguing to renovate Main Street and reactivate some of the upstairs units on Main Street that I don't know anything about. I have no idea how much housing is up there, but they were like, that's there, that's available, that's so again, it's all sort of converging on Main Street.
Sheldon's Furniture is going to be a niche hotel.
I know.
Yes.
So weird.
It's
It's like
that,
the
and they didn't
opposite
believe
end of the
me.
spectrum.
I heard it from the horse's mouth.
Sheldon,
Yes.
he retired, and
Okay.
they sold that to like a little boutique hotel. It's like a tiny little, like 5 rooms, 8 rooms, something.
Oh, really?
Is it that tiny?
It's haunted though.
Cool. Well, that's maybe that's their theme.
a draw.
That'd be cool.
John used to tell us stories about the ghosts.
I mean, that was a seriously creaky old building, so. I mean-
Upstairs, oh,
But
Totally
they moved
is.
it there, right? They
Yeah.
just moved it down the street
Oh, yeah, they did.
years ago.
Is that the one they lifted
Oh.
up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow,
Carried
where
it
was
down
it
the-
before?
Up the street.
Over by the
Up the
Muse,
street.
right, where the Muse is?
That's
Yeah.
Down the street.
It's down the street.
Down out of the street.
Wasn't it
It's the
that
street
end of the
down
street?
Isn't that,
The-
well, it depends on which,
I thought it.
both
If
ends
you're
go
going
up the
south,
street,
it's down the
right?
street.
Yeah,
If you're going
right,
north,
both
it's up
ends
the
go
street.
up. Okay, so we'll wait and see on that. Discussion regarding meeting with Patty Alley.
I-
Do we have anything else?
Excuse me, I threw that on there. No, I haven't heard a thing.
Okay,
So
all right.
I know you guys went and someone went over and
Yeah, we went and looked at
the
the-
garden behind.
Mhm. It was very nice, beautiful.
lovely.
It was dusk though, I couldn't see
Yeah, you can't see
clearly.
anything.
It was a little from far, but it just looked very beautiful and well kept.
And I thought her immediate goal was to think about other places.
Right.
And once we discussed the elementary schools as being the place where that could happen, I thought that was, I thought that was the conclusion, that could be next steps
Yeah,
if they
I
wanted
think
to.
so.
So I didn't think that we had anything still on our plate on that.
Mm.
But if that's different, let us know.
And when she came, that was in her capacity, like not in her town council. Okay, just making sure.
And we talked about the HDC, so, and we know that Lou's coming next month, so all of a sudden we're at the bottom of the agenda.
Yeah. So there is no update on, I mean,
Yeah,
we're not gonna meet with town council this year
okay,
anyway.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, they put it back, I guess they put a stop to that. It's just so much going on, at the beginning of meetings, between,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
administrative sessions and work sessions and so forth. They just,
That's fine.
Yeah.
They're gonna get a letter soon.
yeah. And it would be nice in the letter to reference the forum that we had last year and this people that participated, including Rich and.
Oh, the
I mean-
water
Oh,
resources.
the forum, the
Forum,
forum,
yeah,
I thought you said the
right.
forum, okay,
Forum, sorry.
all right.
Okay, all right.
Kim, if you want another set of eyes on that, feel free to, like,
Oh,
I'm happy
I
to
will.
chime in and I'll
Yeah,
send you
it's
this
gonna be
tonight.
pretty rough at first, so,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
I just
Um,
I can work with anything, Fran. Like just send it to me instead of me having to just stare at a blank page. That's always the worst for me.
Okay.
Um,
For,
So November 17 is our next meeting?
so, yeah.
it'll be dark.
That's what I was going to do. I'm like, why am I on
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when does that clock change?
November
First.
Yes, November 2nd.
Second,
It's a
Yes.
Sunday.
Oh, it's right there already. Oh, what a smart phone.
Those phones,
They're so
right?
smart. Okay, so if unless there's something else,
I might not be here. I probably will not be here actually at the next meeting. Just a heads up now.
okay.
It's my annual STEAM fair. Gotta set it up.
Choo choo.
No, not that kind of thing.
I guess we can say, well, I guess we shouldn't. I was going to say that maybe we should look for another member, but actually, let's wait and see.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so anyone want to
I'll
adjourn
make a
us?
motion to adjourn.
Second. No, I'll let Kim second it.
Second.
Okay, everyone in favor?